Hi everyone and welcome to another video. Today we see the Royal Research Ship Sir David Attenborough as it passes the Gravesend and Tilbury area on the 28th of October 2021. It was sailing from Harwich up to Greenwich. The ship was sailing up to Greenwich for the Ice Worlds Festival. This is a 3-day festival of science and engineering which is running prior to the COP26 summit in Glasgow. The boat is scheduled to depart Greenwich on the 31st of October. RRS Sir David Attenborough is 129 metres long, 24 metres wide and has a reported draft of 7 metres. It is owned by the Natural Environment Research Council and will be operated by the British Antarctic Survey and used for both research and logistic support. Work began on building the ship on the 17th of October 2016. It was launched on the 14th of July 2018. The ship will replace two current vessels, the RRS James Clark Ross and the RRS Ernest Shackleton. In March 2016, the Natural Environment Research Council announced that members of the public would be asked to suggest names for the ship. However, they did say that they would have the final say over the name, and the most popular name in the poll might not actually be the one that would be used for the name of the ship. James Hand, a former BBC Radio Jersey presenter, suggested as a laugh the name Boaty McBoatface. The name Boaty McBoatface became very popular. Indeed, when the poll to name the ship closed, Boaty McBoatface was by far the most popular winner, with a total of 124,109 votes. However, on the 6th of May 2016, the British Science Minister Joe Johnson announced that the ship would be called Sir David Attenborough. Despite a petition to change the name and an investigation by the Select Committee in the House of Lords about the naming process, the name Sir David Attenborough stuck. However, it should be remembered that one of the remote-controlled submarines aboard Sir David Attenborough has actually been given the name Boaty McBoatface. It has a maximum speed of 17.5 knots, which is 32.4 kilometers per hour or 20.1 miles per hour. At its cruising speed of 13 knots, it has a range of 19,000 nautical miles, which is 35,000 kilometers or 22,000 miles. In the background here, you can see the Ro-Ro container carrier Grande Angola, which was sailing from Antwerp in Belgium to Tilbury. Sir David Attenborough sails under the flag of the United Kingdom and has a home port of Stanley in the Falkland Islands. She can provide accommodation for up to 30 crew and 60 research staff. She is also capable of carrying 2 helicopters. Here we get a brief glimpse of the Gravesend lifeboat. The weather in the Gravesend and Tilbury area today was quite gusty, and you can hear the gusting winds and the effect that it has on the camera. The majority of the ship was manufactured by Camel Laird at Birkenhead. However, the back of the ship, or the stern, was built by A&P Group at Hepburn on the River Thames. Here we can see the Port of London Authority pilot launch. The launch would have come from Gravesend. On the 21st of October 2020, RRS Sir David Attenborough left the Camel-led shipyard and began sea trials. The ship is expected to commence its polar operations in November 2021. That large area at the front of the ship is actually the helipad for the ship's helicopters. The ship costs about £200 million and can break ice up to 1 metre thick when travelling at 3 knots or 5.6 kilometres per hour. The onboard cranes will help it lift the equipment required for research. The ship has approximately 900 cubic meters of space on board to store scientific equipment. It will be used to study the ocean, sea floor, the ice, and the atmosphere. It will also use remote-controlled vehicles to gain information about the deep ocean and inaccessible locations under the ice. Sir David Attenborough is the first British polar research ship to have a moon pool. The moon pool is a vertical shaft approximately 4 meters by 4 meters, which runs through the ship and is open to both the air and the sea. It can be used to both deploy and recover scientific equipment through the centre of the ship, which is the most stable part of it, rather than deploying equipment over the side or the back. This is especially important in the rough polar seas that the ship is likely to encounter during its research. Thank you to everyone for watching, and see you in the next video.